Feeling good.
I'll do what Jack does.
Don't mess this up with me. Don't mess this up for me. Thursday, July 16th. This is the Breaking and Entering Show. The ad news, the marketing news you need to know. Today, Geno, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Jack. How you feeling?
Good. Geno, I'm doing well.
Frick yeah.
Got anything for us?
Yeah, no, feeling good. I don't know what the national day is. It was mac and cheese 2 days ago, JR. What do we got today?
National PR Day.
Really?
Swear to God.
Personal record, like in weightlifting, or is that public relations?
I got an email from Muckrack today. Happy National PR Day from Muckrack.
We love the PR folks. Remember, though, it's PR, not ER. Don't stress too much. That's what they used to say when I used to work in the biz.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
It's also National AI Day.
Oh!
Ooh. National AI Day and National PR Day does not feel like
Happy
a good mix. I don't know if you saw this.
Allen Iverson Day.
OpenAI released some merch as well today.
Oh.
We're going to talk about it. Some clothing. Go check it out. I don't know if it's like something I would buy personally, but for your nerd friends that live in San Francisco, maybe it's good for them. We got a new segment going to debut today. It's green light, red light, Geno.
Yes.
It's a play on a classic like Bull or Bear from Mad Money, stock up, stock down, all that, whatever different tropes that happen. We're just going to do it for our version. Red light, green light. So it's what are you going to give the green light to? What's happening right now in marketing? What are you going to give the red light to? Something that's happening in marketing right now. Shall I kick us off?
I freaking love the idea, Jack. Let's do it.
Thanks.
I'm excited.
All right, here we go. So we'll start with my red light. My red light right now is brands overusing humanity as a differentiation. So I saw this ad right outside of our office, actually, here on Wall Street from TD Ameritrade. It says more human. TD, more human. I think they've been doing this for a while, but it just kind of was like, I saw this and I just kind of got the ick a little bit. The digital future should also be a human one. I feel like every brand right now is going so hard on being like, we're more human than our competitors and taking the stance kind of against AI. And it's getting to a point where, for me, it's overdone. I'm like, okay, I get it. Oh my God, chill.
As like the positioning, like what does this even mean? Like, you know what? A true test of this, if I call up your customer service and the human doesn't answer, you're not allowed to run these ads.
I'll call TD Ameritrade right now. I'll call TD Ameritrade. I'll do that for sure. TD Ameritrade phone number, TD Ameritrade.
Yeah, that should work.
Customer service. All right, I'm going to call it. 1-800-6. I'm going to call TD Ameritrade right now. We'll put to the test, how human are they?
It's riveting here. You got it on the speaker?
Yeah.
No.
No. Yeah. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye, sir.
Then you take it off.
TD Ameritrade, not as human as you think. That actually was pretty good, Geno. That is my red light. I'll go into my green light. Anything else there, though?
No, I agree with that.
Thoughts?
I would push it even further, Jack, to say that if a brand is honing in on human crafted work that's shitty and people hype it up. Does that make sense? I think we're if it's handcrafted or we see something that was made with stop animation, it's a bad idea. I think we're giving it too much love.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think I'd push it that far.
Mixed media, yes. Like you can get away with a shitty idea if you just do it handcrafted, is kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like you guys, I think the most important thing is the idea. And then sometimes like you can have a great idea, but if people sniff out that maybe there's AI involved, then they'll hate it. But it could have been a really good idea, but people just are hyper aware and hyper focused on like just being anti-AI. So if you're a brand, I think it's too late. I think it's too late to try and have that be your positioning, to like be human first, human centric. Yeah. At this point, it's like table stakes. Like you're human. You're like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
I'm all good on all that. My green light, Geno, Adidas. Adidas. Adidas is going to be your winner of the World Cup here in terms of on the pitch.
Oh.
So Adidas now will have both teams in the final playing against each other, repping their brand. The football ball is also Adidas, and it is Spain and Argentina.
Yeah.
So you got the old and the new as well. What's his face? Yamal and Messi.
Mm-hmm. Is that photo real?
The baby?
Yeah.
His name is Baby? Yeah, it is real. So it's a World Cup. Everyone going into it was Nike versus Adidas. You had Adidas putting out their Backyard Legends, which is Emmy nominated. with Timothy Chalamet, and then you had Nike with Rip the Script, where they brought in everyone to be a part of that. And people are saying, like this Reuters article talking about Adidas is just taking more market share. I believe from last year to this year or something like that, their market share has gone up from 19% or from 16% to 19%. It's somewhere in there, but
Moving on up.
Yeah, moving on up, whereas Nike is kind of losing some of the market share. Yeah, so 3% market share jump in 1 year
That's
for
crazy.
those two brands, for something that's as established as Nike and Adidas, who've been around for like 50 years, feels like a massive deal. So Adidas is my green light. They're winning.
And they're winning, I think, with the two teams that are in the final here in the championship. And are you saying that they're winning holistically of the whole World Cup tournament over Nike, or is it just
Yeah, I think so. I think they are. I think they are the winner. Like, I think that, and to say, I think it's not necessarily a situation where Nike lost, but Adidas won. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that Nike did a lot of really cool stuff. They've done a lot of great stuff around the World Cup. There's just this like big turnaround that they're trying to do is just, I think it's not landing as much, widely speaking, outside of the World Cup as well. And so Adidas has a moment here. They are looking to strike and take advantage, and the World Cup is a big moment. The three stripes, Geno. The three stripes are winning right now.
It's a good green light, Jack. Nicely done.
All right.
Anything else to add?
No, that's all. What do you got? Red light, Geno.
All
your
right.
red light.
My red light is pretty niche here, pretty specific, but it's in ads, in commercials. We need to red light showing the director and then potentially having them yell, "Cut." And I have three examples of this.
This is great.
Within like the past year.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a great ad.
Yeah. The
Director breaking the
does
fourth
cut.
wall. They did a nice job because the whole thing was flipping the script.
Sure.
But now we have another one that just came out for Patron, showing the director as well.
But we do things, we do them right. No shortcuts. Just
There he is.
perfect.
Oh,
Director.
you can even see it very clearly.
Oh, it's the director.
Yes. I believe that's the actual director too.
Yeah.
And then also here
Brace
in
yourself.
TurboTax,
The pain is coming.
the director is also featured, or they break
Breaking the fourth wall. So
Cut.
yeah, literally says cut.
I think it's fun, but I'm red lighting.
It's overdone.
Done.
There's other ways to show that this is a set that they're breaking the fourth wall, I think. And it's interesting too because of there's the trend and people talking about how the process is just as important. Showing the process is just as important as the final product. So people are like more aware and they want that to be part of it. But this takes it to the next level with the.
It's in the spot. And I think a good example of who did this well was Coinbase with Your Way Out. They released the spot. It was beautiful. There was no fourth wall being broken necessarily with the director. But then after the campaign launched, and it was amazing, they showed the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So you satisfy
Why
that
do they
later
always
on.
do that?
You
Why
don't,
do
I
they
don't
always
need it
yell
all in
cut?
one right now.
Why do they always yell cut? Why is that always part of it?
Cut!
It's so funny when you wrote that down. It's a great poll. We need to just stop saying. Maybe there's another word they could use, like enough.
Just don't even put them in.
Just don't even put them in. All right,
Good
what's
with
your
that.
green light?
I think it's pretty obvious here, but realizing that out of home isn't just out of home anymore. There are brands that are doing a great job with this. Basically, you put an out of home out there, you're getting so much bang for your buck if it's a really good creative idea. It's going to go viral on social most likely. I think it's like that move to analog, like people like seeing something tactile out on the streets here. Two brands that are doing this really well. First one, Polaroid, placing the billboard, I believe this was in a New York beach, placing that in the middle of nowhere. It went crazy.
What's the name of that handle? Go back. What was that? At no fucks given. What's that handle?
Listen, I just saw the likes. How many
hell
likes
is
did
that?
it get?
They're hiding the likes. Boo.
I think it got
no fucks given. It's the craziest.
I mean, that's a good
Instagram
handle.
I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God. How many shares did that get? 75,000 shares?
75,000 reposts. Holy shit. No fucks given. That's wild. What's the other brand?
The other brand here is Michelob Ultra from the championship here, the Knicks. It just has so much power if done correctly. And I think marketers understand this, but I'm reinforcing it. Good out of home will go viral on social media.
Well, the crazy thing is that Polaroid literally put put their placement up just for the viral social media post.
Yeah, they
like it's
leaned
not
in.
like that's a you're not. They don't care at all about but not for this one, the one that's on the beach. They don't care at all about actual people seeing it. It's all about, which is interesting because their whole thing is like, go do stuff in real life. But like the strategy behind this it has nothing to do with people walking by and seeing it.
Can't believe this handle.
It's about the social. No dot fucks given. Care to come on the show to discuss? How is that even allowed? Like, how did they even let? Let's go through this. Your daily dose of no fucks given.
I hope those followers are real.
I know.
How many they got? 3.6
million. Got a story? DM us. I have a story. I would love to ask about.
That's a good approach. Just have people send in the stories. You don't have to do much.
Dude, I mean, the resharing just because of the name itself, just being like, you guys see this guy's handle, no fucks given. All right, is
That's all I got. So Jack, your red light was humanity as differentiation. Stop doing that. Your green light was Adidas. My red light was showing the director yelling cut. And then my green light was realizing out of home isn't just out of home.
Good segment.
Good.
I think that's a good segment.
That's fun.
That was a good segment.
Made me think.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, you give a little take. You get a take, get a reaction.
Maybe it'll be good for social. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe we'll put a billboard up somewhere.
All right, next, we have put a billboard up. Next up, it's the 2-minute show. Biggest stories of the day, 2 minutes each topic. Everything you need to know right now that's coming out right now. Publicis is cruising, Geno. I mean, 21st consecutive quarter of growth
Oh my gosh.
for Publicis. Isn't that wild?
21 quarters in a row they're growing.
Growth streak of 21 in a row. It's a dynasty. And they raised their outlook, meaning that they kind of had an estimate of how much growth that they would have this year. And through this year, they've exceeded that. And now they're thinking we're going to raise the expectation for the rest of the year.
Why do that? I would, if I was Sedone there, I would just keep it low. Keep expectations low, deliver higher.
Well, them raising expectations now is like good for their stock price right now because but you're right, because it is like a game. It's a balancing, like it's a game you have to play. Like, but then there's sometimes where if you keep expectations low and you beat expectations, it might not. The market still might not react well to that because they're like, well, your expectations are so low. Yeah. Like they price that. They
sniff
so
that
it's a game. It's a game that you have to play.
This is all Wall Street or the markets that care about this?
Yeah, the stock price. But I mean, Publicis is growing. Like it's still though, like 21 consecutive quarters of growth, and Arthur Sedone is proving to be like a pretty smart guy after all these.
I believe it.
I think $12 billion of acquisitions over the last decade, and they all seem to be they're all building off of each other. They've got a lot going on. Also, I believe that they've raised headcount, a net increase of headcount of 2,400. And Arthur, I think his quote in the Adweek article, shout out Rebecca Stewart, shout out Adweek, was saying that they are going to be doing the polar opposite of its rivals in terms of strategy.
I love that.
Which, if you think about how those stocks and those public companies are performing, it might not be the worst idea.
No, not a bad idea. It also helps when you win. Winning helps. Curacao here, they got Microsoft, American Airlines, and a portion of Reckitt here. Also, the acquisitions, like you mentioned, Jack, 160 over 90. Live Ramp also happened recently. Adage AI. And Adage AI.
How do you make that your name? Next up, AI search is leading to a 40% drop in ad supply, Geno. This is shocking, to be honest, but what do you got?
For me, it kind of makes sense. Like when you Google something nowadays, you're not clicking on a website. Like for the most part.
Yep.
You're Googling something to find out something. That damn Gemini AI-powered search is going to give you the answer. Of course, it's pulling from these websites, but you no longer have to click into the website. Yep. And if you don't click into the website, you don't see the damn ads.
This is, to me, it's shocking because the number is so high. I can't believe how quickly the consumer behaviors have actually shifted. Like people talk about this all the time, but you never know if it's like real, if it's actually really moving the needle, even though people are talking about the change in behavior. But it is. I mean, 40% drop over the year is insane. People are discovering things in a different way. And so now there's less ad inventory because there's less there's less requests for those ads because people aren't going to websites.
And now the publishers need to change.
Yeah.
So how you're a publisher technically.
Yeah. So how the fuck do we do this?
Well, we don't really we don't have a website.
That's kind of, I feel like
it's kind of
I don't think you need a website. You don't really need a website anymore.
No, you focus, you think about Substack, you think about creating these subscriber-based platforms that people subscribe to your newsletter, whatever it might be. There's a paywall behind that. You do events. You focus on your own first-party data. That's kind of, you're going to see a lot more subscriptions now from these publishers.
If you're a brand, obviously it's like, how do you show up on AI search is going to be the big thing. I will say sometimes I do click on the links that is the source material when I do an AI search.
Totally.
I'll do that sometimes. But again, like it comes down, it only gives you like one link, really.
Totally.
So it depends. If your brand is on that link, that's how you're getting found.
So what do brands do? Happy National PR Day to everybody. PR matters so much. What you're posting onto the wire scans the AI. What you post on the wire is scanned by AI. So the more you're featured in these things, you're going to show up better. So
boom.
PR.
Happy National PR Day. Uber tissue truck, fun. Very fun.
Very fun.
Of course. How could you not? This is like out of home to the max, and then people also will see it, take pictures of it. Geno, it's pretty wild. Like that they got this even approved. Like, do you think that Mother who worked on this in Uber had to like go through San Francisco permits to be like?
Oh, you got to go through permits. I mean, if we learned anything from the Ordinaries bus for a free shuttle here in New York City, you got to get your permits. You got to, and I'm assuming it's the same with San Francisco. But what is this about here? It's called Defeated Discounts, and you got 30% off their next Uber trip if your team was knocked out. I think you put your team in the app.
Yeah.
If your team lost, you get a discount.
Nice.
Now, some people, I saw some of the comments here, Jack. Some people were like, "This is a little rude."
Oh,
and it's a little like some. I saw like 3 comments, so I'm like, that's my note there.
That's plenty. Yeah.
Yeah. There's like the sentiment here. It's like but I think it's good.
What do you mean? What are people upset about?
Like, go back to it. Sorry, your team lost.
People are mad. People are like,
sorry for your team's loss. Like some people were like, oh, this is like it kind of hurt my feelings.
Oh shit. Well, if your feelings are hurt, luckily you can get 30% off your Uber.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think it reminds me of the DoorDash. DoorDash does like where they have like the massive bag. They have that thing that goes around the world. It seems like
I don't know this.
The big DoorDash thing. I don't even know what it is, but just a spectacle. This is what it takes to get attention these days and to be culturally relevant.
Fantastic.
I imagine how many people took pictures of this thing.
I'm curious about the aerodynamics of this thing. Is that
Is there even a driver's seat? Is there a window there? Look at the other picture, though. The other picture makes it seem like there's nothing. It's just a legit box.
Who you got? The tissue truck or the Oscar Mayer wiener?
Oh, Oscar Mayer wiener.
No way.
Nothing will ever compare. MLS's largest campaign ever. Of course, well timed here. I think their slogan is "Thank you, world." Yeah, thanks, world. We'll take it from here. This is done by Ogilvy, but of course, the MLS is trying to take advantage of some probably new audiences that are excited about football.
I've seen this on my social now. You got like people in America that are talking like, I need to find a league now.
Yeah.
I need to find a team now. They got the itch. How do you maintain the itch? Well, advertising might solve for that. Get them people to the MLS there.
I mean, it's a tough thing right now. I think there's even in America, people that are soccer fans, I feel like, are into the Premier League.
I'm going La Liga.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because is that Spain?
Yes.
Okay. You're. That's great.
I know ball.
Yeah, it is tough for the MLS because you have to convert people that are English Premier League fans to being MLS fans. That would be the first stage. I guess you could get some casuals, but if I'm the MLS, I'm taking notes from the WNBA in how to get more fans and more excitement around your league. I feel like the WNBA has done an amazing job of that. The WNBA, though, did it through like young talent coming up through the league. And
so getting Messi at the end of his career.
Exactly, which feels...
Still got the star, and that probably moved the needle. Now you invest into the younger talent, you're saying?
Yeah, it's just really hard, though, because the WNBA has the advantage of, like, they are the #1 league for women's basketball.
Oh, for sure.
And the MLS is, like, not that. So it's almost, what is the strategy? And they've leaned into, like, you get some of these maybe aging talents, but are culturally, like, globally well known. And I feel like it's worked kind of with Messi. I feel like I see more clips, I see more buzz around. I think he plays for Miami. But how do you take advantage after the World Cup?
It starts with the youth programs, training soccer at a young age, yeah, getting people interested.
That's right. Those travel leagues where you're playing 50 games a weekend. We need more of that. Mando and Bert Kreischer and Miramar, the ad agency on this. I feel like, I mean, we can just show it, but like,
This is absurd.
it's insane.
Bad. Am I right? Yep.
The cinematographer on this was the same cinematographer for the movie Smile, if this feels extra dramatic.
Now this is a deodorant company. Is that correct, Jack?
Yeah, whole body deodorant.
Whole body.
And Bert, well known for taking his shirt off and just
Smelling bad.
assuming,
Oh yeah.
assume he smells. He looks like a smelly guy.
So he's putting in the deodorant on himself, and then we see some folks here
They look familiar.
that are doing the smell test, the smell test on Bert. And we can pause it or we can mute it while this is playing here. As you walk, you see these people walking in and smell them, Jack. Who are they?
It's the Miramar employees. I don't know if they want us to give that away, but some ad agency folks playing some characters here, friends of the program at Miramar. But crazy idea, and one of those that I imagine the team is like, oh my God, they said yes to this. At least that's how I would feel. But shout out to the client. I mean, this is a wild idea.
I mean, it's a good idea.
I would love to see a physical installation. I'd love to see like a real life exhibit like they did with Apple and Severance and all that. But it just one of those ideas, one of those commercials where you're like, wow, this is incredible, mainly because it's an insane idea that is able to come out into the world.
And they're smelling them. He doesn't smell bad, so the deodorant works. A little bit of product demonstration here.
Could you see yourself being a Mando man?
Sure. I mean, like a little bit more now.
I think it does. It is a little bit. This is like the mid-funnel I'm talking about. This is mid-funnel, like a little bit of a product demonstration, plus creative storytelling.
What do you got? The Sydney Sweeney Dr. Squatch soap or the Mando?
Oh, there it is. You missed the intro. JR back there. He's
got the intro. I love when the intro comes back on.
There's a really funny, back in the day, one of our early episodes when that happened, and we just go, oh, here we go, intro.
Start over.
So Sydney Sweeney, Dr. Squatch, or Bert Kreischer, Mando? It's a tough question. But I mean, the Bert Kreischer Mando ad is definitely visually striking.
Oh yeah.
It is, and it's pretty funny that they made it. You lean into the cinematography with like the craziness of Bert Kreischer, and shout out to Bert Kreischer for taking time to do it.
Yeah, it's like it almost seems it's just perfect for him too. Like he loves that stuff. It seems like.
Well, that was a 2-minute drill. Let's get on with the show, Geno. And an exciting debut moment for the Breaking and Entering show, a new segment. It's called Breaking an Ant in the Ring. We'll have Antoni Porowski will be joining us, celebrity, author, actor, I would say friend.
Friend, absolutely. Good.
Friend. And so we're going to talk, I think these days, just to kind of tee it up, like there's so much talk around talent strategy, celebrities, how they work with brands. You see stuff like, David Beckham's in 25 of these commercials, and it's like, what's the talent strategy there? And rarely do you get to get the POV of the celebrity talent themselves, and like in what they think in terms of the creative and what they like working on and how they work best with agencies and brands. So the idea is that Antoni can help us with that POV and break down some of the barriers maybe so that our audience, marketers, advertising people can maybe understand more of that POV.
So is this a recurring thing, Jack?
It's going to be recurring. It's a recurring thing.
Absolutely. And can we go off topic sometimes?
We can. We're doing FAQs right now. Yes, we can.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about whatever the hell we want. Let's bring in Antoni Porowski. Oh, Antoni, how's it going?
Hello. Hi, guys.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. Are we over the jet lag?
Barely.
You're looking much more awake.
Hey, I appreciate that. I woke up for this one. I actually caffeinated heavily today. Question for you, Antoni. What was your breakfast today?
Ooh, today was sad and pathetic. It was like 3 scoops of protein and a shit ton of cinnamon and maybe some peanut butter powder and milk.
Wow.
Do you take that all separately, like the protein powder?
No, I tend to mix them all in a little blender and have a little. I have this like smoothie thing that has like a built-in little spinner that I can like travel with, and then I can like make one real quick, and I don't have to like use my whole Vitamix for it.
Do you have like a nutrition plan that you're pretty tight with, or do you let yourself breathe?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I'm pretty strict when I'm here in the city because I have all my rituals. But when I'm traveling, it's kind of, you go to places where you just don't get to have the stuff that you typically want to have. And then I just kind of figure it out and I suck it up and I get a little moody for a half day. Then I'm like, okay, accept that I'm somewhere different right now. And I'll just figure it out when I get back home.
No, that's good to know. I'm always interested. I mean, I was trying to get on the paleo diet at one point, but it didn't work for me.
Any type of extreme diet for me has never been sustainable. That's what I've learned.
Yeah, there's not a lot of diets that are
What's the paleo diet?
The paleo
Is that when you eat like a caveman?
That's the diet. Yeah, it's the diet where like you only are eating things that were eaten by cavemen, I think.
Yeah.
That's
Which
fantastic.
it turned out great for them.
Yeah, the life expectancy for cavemen was like 10 years. It's like those videos of or like actors or professionals like athletes in the 1970s that were like 24, but they looked like they were 48. Like it was insane.
I think it's taking like a little bit out of each.
Yeah. You gotta have some fun. We gotta have some fun with it.
So Antoni, what brings you on the show? We obviously asked you to do this, but like, what made you say yes to coming on Breaking Entering as a recurring guest?
I mean, when I met you guys, I felt like at the end of our very sweaty podcast, I was kind of frustrated because I was like, holy shit, I feel like we barely scratched the surface and there was so much that we could have discussed. And sort of understanding your perspective and your lens as kind of insiders. And I realized, especially at Cannes Lions, that there seems to be this white space, a little less this year than last year, but in terms of understanding from the talent side what the experience is like working with brands, developing all that kind of stuff. People seem to be really curious about it. And I felt like it was something that I want to learn more from your side, what's happening, because it's something that, I feel like we could both really learn from each other. With no shortage of distractions along the way and hard pivots to our Chipotle orders.
I was going to ask about, so what was your experience like at Cannes Lions as someone who is celebrity coming into this world and trying to figure it out?
I mean, the first year that I went was the previous year, and I went for 2 days. And after 3 hours, I wanted to get the hell out because I was just so overwhelmed and I didn't understand anything that was going on. And then I ended up at this Barry's Bootcamp class in the morning because I was like, I need a good little workout, part of my ritual. And like 3 different brand people came up from, contracts that I've had previously who are now working with other agencies or other companies. And I was like, oh, this is like networking. And so this year I decided to come for the whole thing. I went to as many panels as I could, listening to CMOs talk from like Gap and Banana Republic to Duolingo and Amex, and just kind of like understanding their priorities and their perspective. And also so many more like docuseries, unscripted people and talent I saw showing up. So clearly there seems to be like a little bit of a shift that's happening. And I just kind of wanted in on it. And it's one of those things that I definitely want to learn more from. And I figured out how the hell to immerse myself. And then you guys came over for a very impromptu little cocktail hour that we hosted at our cute little villa. And then this idea was formed. And I was like, wait, this is like really smart.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because it seems like celebrity talent, it feels like some celebrity talent needs to kind of like take more control of like how they work with brands and their relationship with marketers as well. Just because like the lines are blurring so much between brand marketing, talent, creator, all of that. Do you feel like you see that too, at least like in your circles, like celebrities or talent trying to take more authoritative roles in how they work with brands?
I think it's very much a yes and no. It's kind of a mixed bag. On one end, there's, this democratization that's happening with, I think, a lot of influencers and creators. And, Geno, I love the whole thing about the TikTok shop being like crack. It's like, I once ordered a plastic wrapped cooked chicken breast at room temperature that I thought like, this is going to change my life. And it did. And that it reminded me that I never ever want to have that again. But I did get a really good scrubby for my enameled cast
Wait,
iron.
what are you talking about? What do you mean you got a plastic wrapped?
He got a chicken breast?
Fully cooked chicken breast in this juice that arrives room temperature that you're supposed to just slice and put on a salad or something. And I tried it, and I mean, it was fully cooked, but it was just slimy. It felt like space food in the worst way.
Interesting.
It got you. It got you.
And
Once
you got
get
that
in
on
there-
TikTok Shop?
TikTok shop, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
that
Like
is
midnight,
nuts.
and it arrived 2 days later.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That
There's
is
a lot of really good
insane.
sour gummy candies, so it's not
Okay. It's not all bad.
nothing.
We'll get into the
So,
CPG question of the week later.
That was my first pivot. But I think going back to the
Yeah.
actual question that you asked, I think it's interesting because on one end, it's like you have these, these creators, these influencers who are really doing fascinating things. And we're seeing it with like Emmy nominations, with Subway hot takes and all that kind of stuff. But then at the same time, there is this massive oversaturation that we're seeing. And I think it's harder to sort of like figure out what lane I want to be in whenever I'm engaging with social media. And so it's interesting to see the stuff that's working, the stuff that's not working, the people that are just being reactive and saying yes to everything and not putting a spin on their own voice versus talent that's like kind of allowed to do their own thing by somehow balancing whatever the needs are of the brand, let's say for like a CPG or a product or whatever, or a service or whatever it is, and their own ethos and the persona they display on social media.
Yeah. So what are those, I guess, those filters that you have when deciding if you want to participate in a brand collaboration?
I mean, often it's personal interest. So if it's someone who's doing something that I am really into, like, you were mentioning like the David Beckham of it all, and it's like all of these brand deals that are coming in. And it's like, okay, he's got to keep the lights on. He's probably got a lot of houses. Like, I respect it. I respect the hustle. But I kind of just try to focus in on the stuff that kind of helps me. And I'm like, okay, this guy's like a big, massive athlete. On the other end, and this is where I contradict myself, and I do this every day. I'm like, if he says yes to a brand, he must really believe in it because like he's one of the most recognizable names in the world. I like, for example, I got a subscription to I Am Health. I think that's what it's called, I Am Aid Health or something that a bunch of people are on board now with, and these little red packets that I add to my water and my electrolytes in the morning. And it's supposed to be good for gut health and stuff like that. And suddenly I'm chatting with friends who are not even into like soccer, David Beckham, sports or anything. And they're all taking it too because they see it as like, oh, like I can trust this dude. And they have a bunch of like other athletes that are kind of on board with this. And I'm being spammed all over social media with it.
Yeah, it works. Marketing works. Who would have thought? That's interesting to me, and I think like we just saw something I wanted to bring up with Gap, like Gap and Hailey Bieber coming together for.
You know what the word
low
capsule means? I had to look this up. It was Hailey Bieber Gap capsule. It's like and Antoni, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's like a couple clothing items.
Yeah.
It's like a new collection.
A capsule.
They call it a capsule.
Okay.
Typically, yeah, it's like her. My assumption is that it's her own. She probably has her name like embroidered or like right underneath Gap, where it's like the Hailey Bieber collection, basically for Gap.
Got it.
They still have all their existing stuff that they do, and then it's this capsule that kind of showcases something specific. And in this case, sort of like that '90s nostalgia.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on the campaign in general and like then the collaboration between Hailey and Gap?
So when I first found out that Zach Posen, who I know took over running everything at Gap, Old Navy, Banana Republic, I got really excited. We are, I think, about the same age, and I kind of like know his vibe, and I really like him as a human being. And I was thinking like, holy shit, I really hope they bring back all those commercials that I used to watch with my sisters, where it was like all these models just like wearing the jeans and like singing a cappella songs and the camera pans and everything. And so I saw all of that. It deeply touched on the idea of like the modem. Were you guys confused when you realized that like you can't be on the internet while being on the phone at the same time when you saw that? Be honest. Were
I
you
was
like, what?
right. I think dial-up happened like right after or right before me and
Okay.
Geno.
Yeah.
Like that was right before. We were landline kids.
Yeah, landline.
Landline
I
kids.
was on
but,
AOL Instant Messenger,
In the
though.
big, AOL Instant Messenger, but dial-up, I'm familiar with it, but never experienced it.
Like the CD player and the way that she's looking at the screen, like all that stuff gave me like a shiver, like that nostalgic shiver of like, oh, simpler times, when my parents were paying for everything. But then the one thing, my one critique of it is at the very end that kind of like gave me a little like a record scratch moment is when she was like, it's also the year I was born. And I wanted her to be like, and I remember this stuff or like a version of that. Cause I was like, I remember that shit.
Yeah, right. It's
All in all, I think it was brilliantly executed. I think, I forget who shot it. I think it was Sorrenti. But anyway, it was beautifully done.
It is. It's kind of a great line at the end. It's also the year I was born. Just in case you needed to know.
I think it's a really interesting note too. It's like And nostalgia is best used during economic downturns when people need something to hold on to and like remember the good days. So it's like we might be in some troubled times now, like with the economy. So that's like actually a pretty good play, like for right now.
It's also like in a way it's combating a lot of people's uncertainty around what the future of like technology looks like too.
Yeah.
And I think it was like an interesting way to maybe like draw on that and have people feel emotional about it. But then it comes down to like, okay, the talent strategy behind it. And I feel like Hailey Bieber's probably like the biggest it girl right now.
Yeah.
Like at least for that age.
So Antoni, let's brainstorm. If it wasn't Hailey Bieber, who do you think also could have played this well?
Ooh, that's a damn good question. I mean, I think, look, I was born in 84 and I was very much a product of the thing. I'm the youngest of three. So my two older sisters, I paid attention to everything that they were doing, and the music that they were listening to, the clothes that they were wearing. So I think someone within that age range, like even having this is not a great example, but like if you're maybe it's a little more specific to Canada, but like Sarah McLachlan, for example, and like Lila Farah, I also watched a documentary, it's pretty damn good. Um, Someone like that who was on those ASPCA commercials, someone who taps into something, I think it takes more of a risk going into a very specific moment of culture of like those little Chia Pet commercials, the 1-800 numbers or something that's kind of like that. But I'm trying to think like who would be best for that. Like, I don't know. Is it a Dawson's Creek situation?
Yeah, that's actually a good. I was thinking the same thing of getting someone who is maybe, I don't know, you could say like in their prime during that time of the 90s, but is still culturally relevant. Like people would know who they are. I was thinking like Sheryl Crow.
Sheryl Crow's perfect.
I thought Sheryl Crow, like, the younger demographic who's like, because you're obviously going after the Gen Z, Gen Alpha.
Right.
So it's like you need them to know who the person is, but still like long for that time period. So there's very few that like overlap
I
it.
think they did a good job with Hailey though.
Yeah, I feel like all that said, like Hailey does make sense.
I think the nostalgia factor is where you want to play to your millennials. And then in terms of like color scheme, the composition, the framing, all of the visuals and sort of like the candy pop, all that kind of stuff is where you can lean into Gen Z. And that's why I think they executed it very successfully.
Yeah, totally. Agreed.
Except for that one last line. That's the only one that kind of like took me out.
Yeah.
I think they had to address that though. Like,
Of course. Yeah.
yeah. Are you saying there could have been a more creative way to deliver that line?
I don't know. I mean, it's not, it doesn't, irk me enough to make me not like it. I still think it's really successful.
Yeah.
It was just a moment where I was like, oh, Haley, I was like, I thought we were on the same page.
Oh, by the way,
I'm so much older than you.
It did feel like that line was being built towards the entire commercial, and then you wanted like the crescendo. You wanted the climax to be maybe something else, but the music is always what gets me. I feel like I'm such a sucker for the audio and the music side of it, and that's why I feel like Gap has just been dominant because they're just doing it so well, and they're finding the perfect level of mainstream but cool with all the music that they bring in, and I feel like obviously everyone knows this song, but it does tap into what they're trying to do.
And they're doing it with all their brands. Old Navy, I think, was always accessible because of these like crazy sales that were just accessible to, the entire American population. Gap was on like the cool nostalgia, sort of adjacent to like what CK1 was doing with the whole androgynous movement and the black and white and like the denim, like jeans and a t-shirt is the ultimate sexy and cool, status symbol. And then you have like Banana Republic, which is built on like heritage and history and travel and linen and all that kind of stuff. And it's interesting to see how they're kind of like rolling it out. Cause for me, it's like Star Wars is being rebooted and I'm like, okay, what are they going to do with it? Like, that's how I view it. So whenever I hear about a new ad, I'm like, okay, like let's buckle up.
Yeah, exactly. Last thing for you, do you have any like apparel deals right now?
Apparel deals, not currently. I mean, I actually did. I worked with Banana while we were in Cannes. They kind of like fitted me, and we did a whole little series of a shoot at that the villa that you guys came to, and they sent a photographer, and it was awesome. I mean, I've loved their stuff since like forever.
Yeah.
It's what my dad shopped. It was such a huge deal when it opened in Montreal. We were like, holy shit! Like a cool brand came, above the borderline. So
Do you think, is there like a type of clothing though that you would be, you don't have to say the brand, like a brand specifically, but like, Haley has the low rise jeans. Is
Right.
there an Antoni collection that makes the most sense for you?
at the end of the day, I'm a jeans and t-shirt guy through and through, but I think with trying to like be aware of the way that, the type of work and projects that I'm doing, like going from Queer Eye, which was definitely a little more like bubblegum camp, a lot of emotions and a lot of heart at the foundation, and then shifting to Nat Geo, which is, I think, a little more four quadrant almost, and like travel, and exposes me to all these different sectors. I think it's more of like the travel-y type vibe. So it's like the, billowy shirts, the fucked up khakis with like the stains and the rips and the holes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we got
There's a brand doing fucked up khakis with stains in the holes, but let me know.
well, yeah, we got to figure
all I own.
the airport fit is crucial. People
That
that
should be our topic actually, because you guys are like big travelers now. We should discuss what you guys fly with.
we need to figure that out because I feel like it's a divisive topic. Like, do you dress up to go to the airport? Do you dress more casual, dress like a bum? I kind of dress like a bum most
No,
of
I
the
don't
time.
agree with that
And
philosophy.
Geno dresses well. Geno
Dress
dressed
well.
up for the
Gino's
airport.
got his suspenders for that 8-hour red eye long haul.
Always.
Smoking a cigarette in the cabin. Just as
Nice.
just as
They should bring that back too.
Gotta. And hey, we'll bring back Antoni next week. Antoni, appreciate you taking the time this week. This is the first edition of Breaking an Ant in the Ring. Thanks for taking the time.
You guys are awesome. See you soon.
All right,
See you
see you,
soon.
Antoni.
Antoni Porowski, friend of the program, current guest here. Nicely done, Jack.
That was great. That was great. I love it. I think the one thing is, we do this show and we do a lot of interviews with the people that are working on the work that we're talking about. It's great to get someone who, Antoni is so ingrained in culture and has obviously a great POV on all this stuff, but also doesn't work. He's not working in like these campaigns. So he gets to speak candidly about it, which is
He knew
great.
his stuff about the clothing. I didn't. I,
I
had
think
no
it's so
clue what
funny.
some of the stuff he was saying. I didn't understand.
Yeah, well, you just nod.
I just nod.
Well, it's so funny. Like right off the heels, we should ask him about this next week. But with Charlie XCX,
I know.
now coming out as a marketing thought leader.
I know.
Like, don't even try and come on, Charlie. I don't even want you to come on anymore.
Charlie, we'd love to have you whenever you want.
I'm begging. I'm in the DMs, just begging. Well, let's move on with the show, Geno. Great big time guest here. Creator and cultural strategist Rachel Lowenstein is the best of the best when it comes to understanding what I would call like girlhood, but also just culture in general and how brands are, working to attract female audiences and relate to them. It's never been harder to keep up with the times as a brand and stay cool and socially relevant and not cringe, as the kids say. And Rachel's whole thing is figuring out how to navigate all of that.
I'm sat for this.
Okay, let's bring in Rachel. How's it going? It's good to see ya.
Hey, y'all. I'm so happy to be here with you.
Well, Geno is sat.
I'm sat.
First
I'm
things
sitting.
first.
This is gonna be a good one. A lot of facts are gonna be dropped here. A lot of good takes here. What's going on with social media? What are we finding? We're finding that there's AI influencers now that are selling stuff on TikTok.
Oh my
They've taken
gosh.
over.
This is wild to me, Rachel. Like, I feel like people don't realize the scale of all of this.
Yeah. So I just did a video essay that I called Digital Pimps. And, for the last, it's a lock-in. For the last 6 months or so, I've been really tracking this content format that I'm largely seeing from male creators who are teaching other men how to make digital versions of women and make money off of them, which just feels like the technology version of pimping, right? Like we're seeing value in women's bodies based off of like what you can extract from it. And what's interesting / I think challenging or demoralizing about this is 75% of all creators are women and girls. And now this kind of industry that women and girls really built is now being kind of capitalized on by men who don't want to pay women money. There's an example of an AI influencer named Ayatana Lopez, and her creator verbatim said he made her so he wouldn't have to work with people who just want to make a lot of money, despite the fact that he makes a lot of money off of her every month. So I think there's this like really interesting kind of challenge happening where um, women and girls built an industry, and now it's being kind of removed. They're being removed from the equation. And in a lot of ways, these men are building these influencers because brands are monetizing them.
What the heck? Okay, hold on. So you got some guy making an AI influencer, and like brands are coming to pay that AI influencer to spread their product?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you spend 5 minutes on TikTok, you're probably seeing a lot of AI influencers right now shilling for TikTok Shop or, other digital first shopping platforms. Of course, there's other reasons why they're making them OnlyFans, other platforms like that. But the big draw is brand advertiser money. So, I get everyone wants to make money right now, but there's like I think a bit of a shortcut here happening where women's bodies are being used once again to monetize a paycheck, and women are not seeing any money from that.
Well, we saw the Wall Street Journal article yesterday about the influx of like AI in TikTok Shop and people doing product demonstrations, particularly like female, whether it's like apparel or beauty devices using AI, which to me is kind of wild. Like Rachel, I wouldn't expect. Are people just being duped into thinking that these are real? Because if I'm like trying on or trying to figure out if I want to buy clothing, I would want an actual person to try it on. Because the whole point of that
Totally.
is like, you go on the website and you see a model wearing it, but like, I don't know if that is actually how it looks.
Totally. I mean, there's research from Sprout Social, from Northeastern University, from so many institutions that show people don't trust AI influencers. They pose reputational risks to brands. Northeastern came out with a piece of research last year that showed that. There was a fragrance company last year that released an AI influencer to promote their fragrances. And the Fraghead community, which is like a very niche community online, melted down over it because it's like AI cannot smell product. Why are we using AI influencers to sell product when there are dozens, hundreds of women, men who are very passionate about the product that you could just hire them?
Yeah. Do you think that this is? I feel like that maybe, like, I can't envision a legitimate brand, one that has a like legit reputation doing this. Is it more like some of these smaller D2C brands that, they are building their entire e-commerce business on TikTok Shop? It's a brand that like nobody's heard of and they're trying to just get like a quick buck kind of thing?
I don't know if that's true. I mean, when Lil Miquela came out and, the late was like 2019-ish, so a bit ago, Calvin Klein partnered with her, with I think Hailey Bieber. There are brands who I've been in rooms with who want whole points of view on AI influencers. So I'm not sure if it's just the kind of like smaller upstart brands. I think larger brands are exploring them, have worked with them. I do think that by and large, it's like probably the smaller brands like and like individual like small businesses who are leveraging them. But they exist in the ecosystem. And I think the larger brands with the bigger budgets and the brands that we collectively are talking to, they're on their radar.
Yeah. So how do you advise some of the brands that you work with when it comes to AI influencers or AI content in general on social?
I mean, with AI influencers, my point of view is pretty direct. I gave a talk with UN Women and the Unstereotype Alliance at Cannes, and my direct point of view was, don't fucking use AI influencers.
Simple.
Can I curse on the show? I just
You can
curse on the show.
curse, yeah, all the time.
Absolutely.
Great. I think like that's my pretty direct point of view. There is no value that they are adding to brands. We again see that people don't trust them, they don't like them, they pose reputational risks compared to real creators. And also, why would you want to work with someone who isn't real, who, as you said, Jack, can't actually model the product for you, give real feedback for you? Like creators provide so much more value than just sponsored videos. And then in AI content in general, I think it's like kind of a bigger conversation. I think you don't have to look too far on the internet to see people's exhaustion, annoyance, frustration, sadness in some ways with how AI content is proliferating to the point that, looking for real content almost feels like a treasure hunt at this point.
Yeah.
And feels almost like a delight when you see something that wasn't scripted with AI, didn't use AI to make the visuals. There's like the joke that everyone's leaving in typos in their content to prove that they themselves wrote it. And I think that just shows almost how kind of desperate people are for something that feels real and human. So I think brands should lean into that.
Absolutely. You also have a quote here saying strategists should go touch grass, talk to real people, and actually experience culture if they want to understand culture. I love this. Can you go into more of why you said this?
Yeah, it was a really great question that you had framed up, and I was excited to dive into it. So I think a lot of times our industry goes into points of view that really only talk to a small segment of people and culture, like, people who are chronically online or people who live in like coastal cities or metropolitan areas. And I know that really muddles how we view what is actually happening in culture, especially in America, which is so vastly diverse in how we are experiencing the world today. Um, there was an article or an essay written by Haley Neiman, who wrote an essay called The Botox Psyop. And her whole point of view was like the pearl clutching that's happening around how women are getting tweakments and Botox and all of these procedures, she argued is largely overstated. And she showed how only like 3, maybe 4% max of American women are getting Botox right now. Meanwhile, if you look in media, the larger conversation is like, women are getting everything done to their bodies and their self-esteem is terrible and everything is awful. And like, in a lot of ways, yes, women are in this arms race around beauty, and they're constantly having to raise the bar of like what's considered naturally beautiful. But in a lot of ways, I also wonder if that's just people being chronically, did I just do a thumbs up?
Yeah, that was sick.
Being chronic, it's like, I didn't know that was turned on. I think that in a lot of ways, that's maybe just an ecosystem of what the cultural thinker is being exposed to. And I've fallen susceptible to that.
Mm-hmm.
So go out and touch grass, go talk to real people. Sometimes I'll literally call my mother and talk to her about something that I'm ruminating on. If my mom is like, what the hell are you talking about?
For sure.
It maybe makes me think like maybe this is not like a thread that I want to pull on much further.
Well, it's really interesting because it's a slippery slope, because I could totally see a brand being like, oh, all women are getting Botox, so we got to go make a campaign that speaks to that, and we build the whole strategy around that. And I think it's super interesting to be like that. You need to go deeper than that. So when it does come to like trying to capture or understand if, for example, like if Botox is a mainstream thing, or if it's really just a psyop, like the Substack article. What are your suggestions in terms of like going out and doing the research to get a better picture of what's happening?
Yeah, I think this is why I built my business the way that I have, where I'm both a creator and a consultant. And what I love to do is actually talk and ask my audience what their perspectives are. I have an audience both of business leaders and what I call culture curious people. And frequently I will put in my stories like, what is your experience with this? Or what are you seeing around this? And of course, that's like just the first place that I start, but it's like a good way, I think, to tap into real conversations with real people rather than just reading about something or passively consuming something that you're seeing. I also very intentionally read media that sometimes I don't really agree with, because I think it opens up my perspective about what's really happening in different pockets, so I can articulate my own point of view. A lot of thinkers are saying this right now, and I tend to agree with it. I think there's a real flattening of intellect and dialogue happening because we are all getting our information from the same LLMs, the same news sources, and reading things that you may not agree with that are from like older periods of time that are from different perspectives. It sounds so simple, but I think very few strategists actually go out in the world and do that.
Yeah, it's like you kind of got to get out of your algorithm in a way. Like I think that Substack
Totally.
and some of those independent journalists, so to speak, or people that are speaking to these things and doing the research. But like you only get there by getting out of your For You page or your feed.
Totally.
Because it's curated to just reinforce what you already believe anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I have several burner accounts on TikTok and on Instagram where I have like curated my algorithm to be different than what I actually like might want to consume as a consumer, specifically for research purposes.
You in the article that we did together here, You said a brand that you love right now are the Nothing phones. You might go and get a Nothing phone over an iPhone, Rachel. This kind of makes sense to me. Can you explain why you like the Nothing phones?
Yeah, I've been an iPhone girly since college, so like 15 years, and Nothing phone is slightly luring me away from the Apple lore. Um, Nothing phone they have the most brilliant marketing, I think, right now, and they really have tapped into internet culture, but also human desire. I mean, their entire marketing strategy is so visually beautiful. It's kind of quirky, it's weird, but the products that they're making intentionally are designed to get people to stop being on their phones. And for every other tech company, that's not in their business's interest. For Nothing, that is in their interest because they started as an organization to fulfill a need that was technology is supposed to enhance human life, not consume it. I think we're seeing every other brand going the opposite direction, like Ragu making that device to listen to your family's conversations at the dinner table, Allbirds becoming an AI company. Like, what is happening? And instead, Nothing is like going the opposite direction and saying, actually, technology should be more minimal in people's lives.
Yeah, or like you see a lot of AI companies that try to make the case that their product will actually get you into real life more, but they're forcing it. They're trying to convince you that that's the case, but it's not actually an aligned interest for their company. Like it wouldn't actually be in the best interest of their company. So how could you possibly make that argument when we all know that's not the truth?
Totally. I mean, I think you have to look at the ethos of these companies, to your point. Like, where did they start? What is their end goal and their end vision? And I think that's why Nothing is so well positioned for the next 10 years, really, especially as Gen Alpha are looking for, everyone talked about analog. Obviously, no one's going fully analog, but they are being analog curious. Yeah. And that analog curious mindset is a good positioning for Nothing to be in.
Wow. Well, Rachel, thank you so much for joining the show. It was a pleasure talking with you. I mean, this is great. If you're just joining now, I highly recommend listening to this because Rachel knows her stuff. She's got several burner accounts to prove it, by the way. That's fascinating. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, Rachel.
Bye.
Boom, Geno. Let's keep it rolling. We're moving on with the show now, Geno. Here we go. Roku City is back. Well, it never left, but Roku City is here. And it's here via the first brand campaign.
Tonight in Roku City.
First brand campaign since 2021 dropped this morning. Roku, working with the ad agency Preacher, brings you into Roku City. We'll show the spot, and then we'll bring in Damon, who's the VP of Global Branding Creative at Roku.
Hi, and welcome to Roku, where millions of TV lovers like you visit every day. Go take a look.
Here, there's so many free movies and shows to watch. There's no time for doing crime. What?
I mean, there's a little bit of time for it.
Oh, that was easy.
In Roku, setting up a new TV is a piece of cake.
Cake?
Wait, there's cake? Where's the cake?
Everything here is just more fun. He's right. It is.
In Roku, the smart TVs get smarter.
And the hot doctors get hotter.
You bet we do.
So, hop aboard. We always have your seat safe. Get out of this seat.
Yeah, okay. I was just in a spaceship.
Damon, welcome to the show. Congratulations on a new campaign here. We are loving it. And we've loved Roku City for many years now. My first question for you, sir, is at what point did you realize that everybody loves Roku City?
Everybody does love Roku City. We launched Roku City as a screensaver in 2017. But it was really a simpler version of what you see today. It was just a scroll going by with a billboard. The next year, we started adding Easter eggs and little film and TV references, wanting to keep people immersed in the TV experience while they were on our platform in between their shows. And we noticed in social, people really started responding, wanting to figure them all out, asking for more. Until 2021, it sort of went viral with people beginning to almost fantasize about going there and memes
I
like
think
"Meet me
Jack-
in Roku City."
It's
Jack, I mean, Jack talks about Roku City all the time.
I think at one point there was a post that was going around that was like, I want to go on a date to Roku City. Like I'm bringing my girl to Roku City.
For sure.
Yeah, hashtag "Meet me in Roku City" was a thing for a while, and it was about dating. And so we knew once fans started responding, and like basically once they named it. By the way, we didn't name it Roku City. The fans named it Roku City, and once they named it, we knew that we had something kind of exciting going on.
Is there a way to tell how many hours total have been watched of watching Roku City, essentially?
Wow. We have grown our followers in social. The Roku City has been trending upward for the last, 5 years, steadily, increasingly. It's mentioned every 11 minutes.
I saw that.
On
Wow.
X right now.
Jesus.
And 2 out of 3 of our viewers on the Roku platform talk about like wanting to visit Roku City, which really was the impetus for the brand campaign.
Absolutely. I'm just curious, like on the actual TV itself,
like
how many?
trillion
What's the watch
hours.
time on just? Because I put that on the background for sure.
Oh my God, it's great.
Just leave that on. Leave that thing
You
going.
could do the math. We have over 100 million households worldwide.
Wow.
We are number one streaming platform, US, Canada, and Mexico. So you could do the math on that and figure out like how many people, if you calculated the streaming hours out, I think it's 146 something billion streaming hours, you could attribute some percent probably to Roku City going by.
Absolutely. We'll be on that. We'll have our team of data analysts get back to you.
Great. Please let us know.
We will be the in-house data and
Can you
analytics
imagine?
team for Roku.
Can you imagine
City.
we get into that business?
Oh man,
We mess up so much.
Damon, I want to ask too because it's you're talking about it's been a while, like it's trending up, and my question is, first big brand campaign since 2021. Why did the team feel like right now is the time to almost like it almost feels like the first time Roku, the brand, is addressing this Roku City?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, we've built a lot of popularity with our viewers. People love Roku, right? And I mentioned sort of like how big we are and what our scale is. We've continued to grow. We've been tracking Roku City really closely and have always wanted to do something big with it. At the same time, our brand platform, which we don't publicly talk about, is better TV for everyone. We're trying to create better TV experiences for everyone. It's based on 2 pillars. One of them is simplicity, which is why people love Roku. It's functionally simple. It's easy to use. You can find your last remote, all that stuff. The other side of the brand, though, is delight, which is creating unexpected smiles and making people feel like, they're in a TV world. And we hadn't really flexed that side of the brand. We're so focused on the function of the brand and the products. We found like because of the aspiration to go to Roku City and the excitement and buzz kind of growing there, we decided to combine that with this idea of delivering more delight on our platform. So it felt like exactly the right moment to bring this, to our fans and give them an opportunity to take a peek inside. We also knew if we were going to do something with Roku City that we wanted to do it right.
Yeah.
We wanted to find the right partners. Preacher totally got that, and we wanted to find, that we needed the right production value and sort of scale to make it work. We were very careful about ruining it for our fans.
Exactly.
And absolutely never want. By the way, there's no people are ever seen in Roku City. Like that's intentional because we've always wanted people to imagine themselves there and didn't want to put a bunch of people in there because you might be like, that becomes the story as opposed to you being the story.
Yes.
And so, there are people now in Roku City. We put them there, but they're characters.
Yeah.
They're not people.
Of course. And so let's talk about that. The decision to go with Preacher. Always interested hearing these stories. What was it about Preacher and working with them that made you say they're the right partner for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of their work. I think they have a great sense of humor. I think the work they've created has delivered like a high level of execution and craft. And those were sort of the 2 things that got us interested in doing an RFP with them. Because we felt like we needed, if we were going to do something either with Roku City or not, that we needed something that was going to be really elevated. So when they pitched us, it was very clear that they got it. like immediately they were like, Roku City is not a backdrop. It is the place you want to go. And we had others pitching ideas around it, feeling more like a textured background or, just sort of a wallpaper, versus actually a place that we could imagine kind of going to. So that got us really excited about partnering with them and their team. They also brought in an incredible director, Andreas Nilsson, who's, got, again, also a great sense of humor, great storytelling, high degree of craft, an amazing team, production designers and cinematographers that like knew how to light it. They created these incredible worlds on the soundstage in Prague where we shot, like hand built that volcano lair, like with craftspeople who are incredibly skilled at these sets that were all handmade, like really high level of execution. So they really delivered on that. And then they brought in another great partner, which was Untold, this VFX company who has done incredible as well. So it was really this team that was focused on ensuring we were going to get something really elevated and do right by our fans. And they did.
So I'm curious then, in a couple months from now, like what do you hope to achieve success metrics from this campaign?
This whole campaign is designed to deliver on creating personality for our platform, differentiating the Roku platform with personality, and building affinity with our viewers. We've focused so much on the functional benefits of Roku. This is really about the emotional connection and to storytelling that we want to make sure we're delivering on for our viewers. We want them to also understand the full Roku experience and all of the benefits it has. Each of the spots that are part of the 6 spots in the campaign take you to a different location in Roku City. You saw, I think, the 60-second spot, but there are 5 additionals that take you to the pirate ship, that take you to the volcano, and each of them feature a different benefit. Many of our viewers know some of the benefits of Roku, but don't know all of them. And so we intentionally created this interactive map where you can journey through Roku City and get the full story of the Roku experience. And coming away from that, remember what's great about Roku, and ask for us by name the next time you're, getting into streaming. So that's really our goal, is to build that emotional connection and make sure people know what that full experience is they already have.
Absolutely. I mean, could you imagine Roku City if it disappeared for like a weekend?
Oh my gosh, people would freak. I would freak out. I would freak out. I wouldn't have a place to go on dates anymore. That would be terrible. Damon, I want to ask.
What did he say?
Last thing.
He said what?
I want to ask about. You are an active voting member for the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, Geno.
Oh, let's talk about
the Academy. I rarely do we have these kinds of opportunities.
Sorry.
Damon,
I should have shook your hand.
Damon, the Academy, it's about that time. It's that time of the year. The Academy is voting. I just want to ask about, like, how did you become a voting member for the Academy?
I love that you found that out. I was at Hulu for 11 years. Ran their brand and creative team similar to Roku's, and we launched a little show called The Handmaid's Tale. And as part of that, won an Emmy and became a voting member when I was at Hulu, overseeing all of the content marketing that we did, which was lots and lots of stuff. So that's how I originally got into it.
That's amazing. So what is it like? Can you give us any, like, maybe you're sworn to secrecy? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but like, what is it?
All
like?
good. We can delete this too.
We can. We can.
Listen, I love the question. By the way, we at Roku also have shows that have won Emmys. We have Weird and others, and I also continue to participate in voting for those shows and advocating for a lot of the television-based content that I vote on. There's a lot of events, FYC events, as maybe the one fun insight to know about, like where each of the shows sort of show up and kind of do a big showcase for actors and talent and what's great about their show. And I think that's probably the most fun part of being a voting member is being able to go and sort of see how the shows are positioning themselves, giving you insight around things you may not know just from watching it. So I think that's been super helpful. But I would vote for Roku City any day, and any of the content we're producing in Roku City, which we are beginning to produce Roku City content, expanding beyond the screensaver. Roku City Live featuring Demi Lovato. We launched that last year. Roku City Live featuring performances from Wicked. Roku, which is an interactive show set in Roku City, and we had been working on a dating show in Roku City as well.
Jack,
potentially, Jack, that could be for you. If
that
comes to fruition.
It all comes full circle, doesn't
saying.
it? Damon, you can. I will give you my mailing address, my cell phone,
or if you need a advertising news show to be live from Roku City, we could do that too.
I love it. Well, we haven't won an Emmy yet. Roku City hasn't won an Emmy yet, but we did win a Culturista award, and that was probably as a result of the big FYC campaign we put together for Roku City, and which landed us the Tokyo Disneyland Sea Land of Great Beauty Award just last month.
Amazing. Well, it's well deserved, and I mean, it is truly one of those things. Like, as a brand, you just I imagine you're just like, how is this my real life? How is this happening? That people just gravitated towards it, but I feel like Roku, well positioned. It's also a great product. I'm a Roku person myself. But appreciate you taking the time, Damon. It's been a pleasure, and congrats on the launch to you, everyone, all the partners that worked on it, and excited to see all the future work that comes out of Roku City.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for having us on, you guys. Keep tuning in. There's more to come.
Excellent. Thank you, Damon. Amazing. Amazing. The Roku City. Did you see the Roku City dating show is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, you got to get yourself on that, dog.
I would give anything. That was the show. It was a good one. Good show. Good show. Last show of the week. And we're back again on Tuesday next week. We're thinking about, I think we might change in a couple weeks to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Well, better.
First time hearing about this.
I think we might go Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Why don't we go every day, brother?
Yeah, we could go every day. We'll work towards that. But if you're just tuning in now, we will post not only the full stream, but we'll also post a 20-ish minute cut down of just the biggest topics, some commentary on each of those, something easy to watch, but keeps you up to date on everything that's going on. So be on the lookout for that. Make it part of your routine. Make it part of your routine.
I was thinking on the commute home, because the 20-minute cut down comes out at 5 p.m. Eastern time.
I think we're going to put it out earlier now.
It comes out even earlier now.
It'll be out before your commute for sure.
Before your commute.
If you're working hard.
What's up?
If you're working hard.
Yeah, our audience is working hard. That's why they don't watch it live.
That's right. That's right.
That's why they don't watch it live, brother.
That's why they don't watch it
That's why we made the cut down for you. It's 20 minutes. You can watch it on your way home.
You have no excuse. And then you go into the office the next day and you sound really smart. You're like,
absolutely.
Did you guys see the Mando ad where they licked Bert?
Did you guys like the red light, green light segment? Did you guys see the red light, green light
Jack's
segment?
washed. Awful take. Awful take by Jack.
Couldn't believe Geno said that.
Geno, what an idiot.
Antoni Porowski.
Legend.
He is a recurring guest on the show.
People were excited about that one, and for good reason.
He knows his stuff.
I'm excited to see where it takes us. But Antoni Porowski, friend of the program, now recurring segment, Breaking and Ant in the Ring. This weekend, Geno, we're going to see Tiesto.
Let's get down. Let's get down to business.
One more night of DNA. Under the K Bridge, we're going to Tiesto.
Under the K Bridge downtown.
I'm going to get lit.
What do you mean by that?
Turned the up.
You going to get crunk?
Hopefully.
I think we're getting a little VIP access.
I don't know. We'll see.
Either.
People say that, but what does that really mean?
If we were with Antoni.
Yeah, if we were with Antoni, we would be set. That's the show. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Shout out JR. What a performance by JR.
Come back to me. Watch this.
Whoa! Freaksville.
Crazy Eyes.
Crazy Eyes Malone. Great job by JR. He had some good polls.
Yeah.
That Substack poll, the PSYOP Substack poll was elite.
Yeah, and we had our customary play the intro twice. So
I love when that happens.
I love when that happens, though. It's so funny.
To start over. It's not good enough.
Just seeing it happen and then JR kind of like freaks out back there is pretty good.
No, yeah, and Ellie not here.
Ellie's not feeling well. Yeah, Ellie.
She's on the Zoom.
She's not. There's no way she's paying attention. Oh, here we go.
We're gonna pull. Can we do an Ellie cam here or no?
No,
not allowed.
But people can hear her.
Yeah, they can hear her.
Yep. Well,
Ellie, we hope you feel better. We miss you.
How are you feeling about the England loss yesterday? You're a big England fan.
No. They were looking like they were going to win, too.
It was terrible coaching. I'm really upset. But if anyone was going to knock England out, I'm glad it was Messi because it's hard not to root for him.
Yeah, that's fair. Did
you see the MLS came out with their biggest campaign ever?
Actually, this is on my radar because of JR.
Yeah, that's right. JR, do you want to share how you found out about the MLS campaign?
Yeah, this was pretty cool. I was in Soho, and there was this little football store, and I walked in, and this guy who's about 6'8" walked over with a French accent. He's like, "Yeah, I'm the creative director of the MLS," and I was like, "No way." And he opened his little store. He does all the kits, and yeah, I was like, "Wow, that's
wild."
So when did you find out about the campaign?
This morning, I found out about the campaign. Well, like the spot. I didn't know they dropped a spot, but he said they're coming out with a new. They'll be at FanFest this weekend is going to be a thing. I'm sure we'll cover some of that next week.
We got to get there.
Yeah.
Can you hit him up? You know
Yes.
him?
Yeah,
we have his contact.
Boots on the ground journalism by JR. You
can't miss this guy. He's 6'8".
Yes, yesterday we were boots on the ground at the Rockefeller Center Fan Village, Bank of America bracelets. That video's coming out tomorrow. We got stormed on though. It's brutal.
Worth it. Those beads are nice.
Worth it. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I hope this was worth it. And again, if you missed it, we're going to post the episode on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and we're live again next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Follow us at Breaking and Entering Media on Instagram, and we will see you next week. Enjoy the weekend.